Doobie, we've heard so much about you. Oh, my. You have such interesting clothing.
Thanks. I got this coat at Monterey. Can you believe the stuff people willing to throw out? Just because it has a little vomit on it.
Doobie. Such an interesting name. Where does it come from?
My wife's too polite. What she meant to ask was, what on earth were your parents thinking?
Dad.
That's all right, Mr. H. Doobie wasn't really the name I was born with. I chose it. Or maybe you could say it chose me. Like my man Bobby D once said, sometimes we're just born with the wrong names. And as for my parents, they died in the war.
The man who spawned you fought in the war? I find that hard to believe. What unit was he attached to?
Oh, no, they were lovers, not fighters, man. They died in a camp.
I see. So they didn't actually do any fighting. That makes much more sense.
Oh, my gosh. That is so terrible. I'm so sorry that I brought it up.
That's all right, Mrs. H. Growing up, the only mother I needed was Mother Earth.
So you're of Jewish ancestry. Well, that would explain the unfortunate facial features. That nose is classic kike.
Dad, stop talking.
Got a good eye, Mr. H. Don't get me wrong. I'm proud of where I come from. But for me, life is all about
So where exactly did you go to school?
I didn't really go to school per se. Traveling was my teacher and experience my master. Public school is just a part of the man's system designed to keep honest folks like us down.
Would you be talking about the system that's charged with educating future generations so that they are qualified to acquire jobs and become productive, hardworking, valuable members of society?
Yeah, man. That one.
It's true, Dad. Higher education is just a state-sanctioned scam. It's designed to make money, not teach people. And the only thing it does teach is how to conform to the government's ideal image of an obedient society. You should read Karl Marx sometime.
If I wanted to voluntarily kill my own brain cells, I'd buy a Beatles album. So, Doobie, if jobs are so evil, how exactly do you plan to financially support my daughter?
Our love transcends money, man.
I see. Does your love also transcend poverty and starvation?
It won't be like that. The world's growing up every day, whether you like it or not. Soon we won't need the permission of little pieces of paper to love and support each other.
Well, the world may be growing up, but you clearly have not. I thought your generation was entitled before, and now you're telling me that you expect to sit back and have everything handed to you on a silver platter.
You've got it all wrong, Mr. H. We're not gonna sit back. We're gonna go out there and find our destiny. We're gonna go out and travel the earth, learning from the world and her people. One day, maybe we'll sweep a farmer's porch for a meal and a place to stay. The next, we'll sleep safe and secure in nature's embrace.
No offense. That was the most astoundingly idiotic thing I've ever heard.
None taken, Daddy-o.
I think it sounds wonderful. I always wanted to travel.
Quiet, dear.
Why do you always do this? You are constantly bringing everyone down around you with your small-mindedness. People like you are the reason nothing ever changes.
And what exactly would you have changed about your life? Would it be the part where you were cared for and sheltered? Or maybe it's the part where you were well-fed? Or I don't know, maybe it was the part where you were raised by two loving parents. Yes, if only someone would stand up for the privileged ingrates of the world. If only!
Rachel, how did you and Doobie meet?
Now that's a groovy story, Miss H. We first met when I was learning from the stars at an acid meet.
What meet?
See? There you go again. Drugs aren't inherently good or bad. They're just another part of life.
I let you reach new levels of your subconscious, man. When I first met Rachel, thought I was just high up there in the trip, seeing angels. When I came back down, Angel was still there.
Oh, that's so precious.
We talked for hours about all the wonderful things we had seen. I wanted to stay in contact, so he gave me his number.
Where did he roll up his sleeve?
Dad! You really do set yourself on some kind of pedestal, don't you? The people that had those tattoos burned into their skin have to live with that for the rest of their lives. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You go out of your way to be an asshole.
Language.
Hey, no, Rach, it's all right. We gotta try and understand the place your dad is coming from.
No, it's not all right. He's always been like this. He's a bitter old man who won't be happy until he makes everyone as miserable as he is.
Young lady, when I was your age, we showed our father's respect. Bitter and square though I may be, I'm still your father.
Like you were ever my age. I think just because you didn't have any fun when you were young means you want to make sure no one else does.
Well, let's see. When I was your age, I spent my days being shot at, and my nights cleaning the blood and piss stains off of my pants so that I may get up the next morning and be shot at some more. So no, I wasn't having very much fun. Did it ever occur to you that I went through that hell to ensure that you would not have to?
Right on, man.
Nobody's talking to you.
You use that war as an excuse for everything, but guess what? You don't get to blame a lifetime of being a judgmental, prickly dick on something that happened 20 years ago. I think you just like to stare at your shiny medals so you can pretend to be a decent person.
Who wants dessert?
I think I'm sensing some bad vibes in this room. You know, I've got just the thing. When I was in India, a very wise guru taught me an ancient method for cleansing the negative energy.
Oh, please do. Show us.
Out of sight. Just gotta get my chi into order. Gotta let out the bad vibes, breathe in the good energy. Whoa! 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 Humma say humma, humma say humma say humma say woo ha woo ha woo ha holy say this stage is woo catharsis. You let out all your
That will
energy
be...
until there's only serenity.
That's enough of that!
That's how it's done, Mr. H.
I don't understand. Do you feel more relaxed now?
Yeah, man. Totally enlightened.
Nothing like a light exercise after dinner. I'll show the young man out.
We're not finished eating.
I said I'll show the young man out. Yes.